Your Holiness, members of your family, distinguished guests, the Dawoodi Bohra community, fellow citizens, good morning. I'm Jambo. Happy New Year. I am deeply honored to be here today, not only because of the warmth of this reception, but because this visit brings back very personal memories. Several years ago, I had the privilege of meeting His Holiness. That engagement then was brief, but its impact is lasting. It stayed with me not because of its length, but because of its depth. It was marked by three exceptional qualities: clarity of thoughts, humility of spirit, and a profound sense of purpose. Over time, that first conversation grew into trust. Trust grew into friendship. And friendship found expression in meaningful gestures of goodwill, including my awarding in the name of the people of Kenya and on behalf of the people of Kenya, the highest honor of the Chief of the Golden Heart to His Holiness. These moments matter because they are anchored in sincerity, mutual respect, and shared values. Kenya is a nation built on faith, resilience, and hard work. Our strength has never come from institutions alone, but from communities that believe in discipline, in service, and in responsibility. Communities that understand and appreciate that progress is sustained not by rhetoric, outward appearance, or fanfare, but by character, determination, and hard work that delivers results. When I visit institutions such as Al-Jamia, I am reminded that education is more than the transfer of knowledge. It is the shaping of character. It is also the cultivation of values and the preparation of citizens to serve society with integrity, passion, and commitment. The Dawoodi Bohra community has been woven into Kenya's social fabric for generations. You have lived among us. You have invested here. You have uplifted lives. Quietly, consistently, and faithfully, you have contributed to our national story of generations and transformation. That is the kind of partnership every nation treasures, and Kenya does. When our First Lady, Rachel, visited this community, she observed that Kenya is integral to the Dawoodi Bohra community, and the Dawoodi Bohra community are integral to Kenya. I believe she aptly captured the essence of the relationship between this community and this nation. This community is often described through its institutions, its buildings, and its projects. Yet, what truly defines the Dawoodi Bohra community is daily life. It is how families live, how businesses operate, how young people are raised, how elders are respected, and how neighbors are treated. That daily conduct adds value to Kenya in ways not always captured by statistics or spreadsheets. Through honesty in trade, through commitment to education, and through service without spectacle. In a world where many retreat inward or define themselves narrowly by identity, the Dawoodi Bohra community demonstrates a different path. You remain deeply rooted in faith while truly and fully engaged in society. You preserve tradition while embracing the future. You do not wait for conditions to be perfect. You begin, you persevere, you deliver, and you make conditions better. I have seen this spirit in action in Project Rise Health initiatives, in surgical camps that restore sight, that restore mobility and dignity to ordinary citizens, in outreach programs in places like Mariakani, where care reached hundreds of deserving patients, in mangrove restoration along our coast, protecting livelihoods and shielding communities from floods, and in moments of humanitarian response where help arrived not late, but on time. The governor of Nairobi has spoken to this. My minister for health has spoken to this. My minister for education has spoken to this. I will sum it up and say, you have been a most distinguished community in Kenya. There is much our nation can learn from this community. The value of patience over haste, planning over ad hoc action, and institutions that endure rather than impress. It is for this reason that the government of Kenya welcomes the continued engagement of the Dawoodi Bohra community, not just as donors alone, but as partners in building a healthier, more productive, and more cohesive nation. You have partnered with us in many respects, in education, in health. And I want to tell you, Your Holiness, the members of this community, they pay their taxes. They are very good business people, business with integrity. And as we journey as a nation, they have been part and parcel of the Kenyan community marching forward. Your Holiness, over the last 3 years, we have significantly transformed our education sector. We have undertaken some of the most consequential reforms in our education sector to expand opportunity and to ensure that every learner has an opportunity and no child in Kenya is left behind. We have expanded learning spaces with 23,000 classrooms built over the last 3 years. We have expanded the number of teachers with 100,000 teachers hired in the last 3 years. And we have increased our budget to the education sector by 200 billion Kenyan shillings in the last 3 years to make sure that we support all our learners and also forge a student-centered funding model to ensure that our universities remain sustainable and every student in college and university is treated fairly and bursaries and grants are given on merit. To the students of Al Jamia, you carry a special responsibility. Whenever your journey takes you, remember this: leadership is service, discipline builds trust, and consistency delivers outcomes. I did inform the nation that in the transformation of Kenya, education is going to be at the center of that transformation. We just concluded examinations where 53% of learners joined STEM pathway. Our plan and target is to make sure that 60% of learners engage in the STEM space as we seek to build a highly professional workforce that will drive the transformation of Kenya into the future. It is my wish and expectation that this university will participate with us as we develop the highest caliber of professional human capital that we need for the transformation of our nation as we seek to take Kenya from a third world country to a first world country. Let me also tell you, Your Holiness, that members of this community have worked with me on the priority projects that we have rolled out in Kenya. Among them, the housing program. I have seen in this gathering some of our very best investors and construction companies from the Bohra community who have worked with us in the development of our housing program across Kenya. As we all know, the housing program is not just about houses. It's about jobs. It's about dignity. It's about lifting people who live in neighborhoods and in spaces that do not have water, do not have sanitation, do not have electricity or roads. And I must say a very big thank you to the members of this community that are participating in the drive on our housing program. Let me also congratulate the members of this community for their participation in our health space. I want to say a very special thank you to the surgeons and the doctors that have come to work with their partners and colleagues in Kenya in the interventions that you have made in the last 2 days. And to thank members of this community who are working with us towards making health not a privilege for those who can afford, but a right for every citizen. And as has been said, 28.5 million Kenyans today are registered in SHA as part of our program of making sure that access to health is universal, reaches every citizen. I want to thank members of this community for being part of the ecosystem of hospitals that support our universal health coverage and partner with SHA so that health can be affordable and accessible to the majority of citizens. Your Holiness, as we embark on the journey to move Kenya to a first world country, we seek your partnership, your support, and your prayers. We are confident that with your partnership, your support, and as we build synergy across this nation, we will be able to transform our nation. We will be able to generate an extra 10,000 megawatts of energy to power our industry and to support our transformation. We will be able to invest, as has been requested here, in infrastructure. At the moment, we have 6,000 kilometers of tarmac roads going on. We are seeking to add another 28,000. And I'm asking the governor of Nairobi that as we look at the next priority areas to make sure that the roads that were raised by the MP of this area are included in the plan that we have so that we can serve every community and every region and every part of this city and of the Republic of Kenya. Your Holiness, I know you use our airport. I just want to assure you that this year we will be building a new world-class airport. That will support not just Kenya as a hub in our region, not just our tourism sector, not just our conference sector, but also our business communities that use our airports for purposes of travel. Your Holiness, I want to thank you for your leadership in providing direction in uncertainty, clarity in complexity, and calm in a restless world. In Kenya, you have a partner, and in me, you have a friend to work with as we serve this community and as we serve the people of Kenya and humanity in general. Thank you very much, and God bless you.